It's very windy here, really, really windy. I'm gonna turn on the sound of the exhaust here. I want to rev it a few times. Not sure how well you can hear with the wind, but let's find out. What a marvel, what a marvel. Today I'm presenting you with a true off-road beast. I hadn't been to the studio in days, but a trip got canceled. I'm in Miami and honestly nothing changes. There's trash everywhere and it's us Latinos doing it. I really don't understand why and it bothers me a lot. But anyway, let's talk about what we came to talk about, which is the Jeep Rubicon 392 2025, a vehicle that combines off-road capability, style, and the ability to take on the toughest terrains. This beast comes equipped with 33-inch tires and an impressive ground clearance. One of the things I still really like is the way you can remove and open the hood in the traditional way that the folks at Jeep have always done all their life. And I'm in Detroit. This is a quick stop to ask you to please subscribe to my channel because this gives me access to places like this 6 to 9 months before a car is announced or released. I can see it, and I can see it because you subscribe to this channel, and thanks to the numbers I have, they let me in, they give me access. Turn on notifications, subscribe, and thanks. See you next time. Since this is a Jeep, there's no hydraulic lift, so you have to raise it pretty high. With some wind, be careful when lifting. And the first thing you notice is that all those air intakes are connected, right? It has the holes where the air comes in and goes out, and where all of this circulates down here. Now let's talk a little about the heart of the beast and its famous 6.4-liter V8 engine. This generates the impressive number of 470 horsepower, designed to deliver pure power and performance on any terrain you might encounter. The 8-speed automatic transmission ensures smooth shifts, plus differential lock, reinforced suspension, the Rubicon 392 as it says right there on the blocks, ready for any road. When it comes to this whole system for off-roading, Jeep hasn't spared any detail. It comes equipped with reinforced axles, their DANA 44 electronic True-Lock locking differentials on the front and rear axles, and a front stabilizer bar. And of course, it's disconnectable for greater wheel articulation. All this means that some obstacles, which are super difficult, are a piece of cake for this Rubicon 392. And if you look up here in the front, all of that is steel. For protection. Extremely aggressive. Look at the fenders on the sides I mentioned earlier. Besides, they have a small spoiler out here to direct air. More than anything, the step and the protection is this steel it has here. I suggest adding this to all off-road trucks, since some have very fancy steps. That's not very convenient. Here we don't have a 360-degree bird's eye view. This is for off-road. There are cameras, but not here. You can remove the doors, drive with them open, or take off the roof, do whatever you want. Also, if we open the door here, there's nothing soft on these doors. This is all mechanical, all metal, but I love that it sounds like this, that it's like this. Trail Raider 4x4 Jeep Wrangler 392 Final Edition. This is an actual vent. Let's move inside, where Jeep has created a pretty comfortable and functional space. Considering that this is an off-road vehicle, this is not a car for going to the park or for a drive, this is off-road. The seats are not leather. I was reading the information. It says leather seats. This is not leather, okay? Yes, they're vinyl, well-made, comfortable, and say Rubicon. 392 embroidered here on the back, here in the center. This is the Uconnect infotainment system. Here we have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. We have all the settings for the off-road system. Also, down here, this is the gear lever, but we also have for high, for low, neutral, all with a manual lever. We have the differential lockers. There are two buttons here, which are for lowering and raising the window. You often sit and look for them on the doors here. They're placed here on the central dashboard, USB and USB-C connector, so the passenger can hold on here. Taking into account that this screen is touch, 8.4 inches, with very good visibility. And here you can see very clearly when it's unlocked, not unlocked. When the front axle is engaged, the rear axle. You can see everything here, the disconnect bar. You can see all the information here. Very easy. I've done extreme off-roading with this before and think it's great. And the details on the dashboard and the doors reflect how robust this whole vehicle is. If you look here, there's nothing soft because the idea is for you to realize that this is an off-road vehicle. At the same time, we are not going to leave aside that it's a sophisticated vehicle, very modern. It's like a mix of comfort and technology all in one. Here in the back, that's super important. This is my drone. I'm taking it out. The floor's all rubber mats, which you can remove to wash. We have USB and USB-C connectors, 4 in the back, plus a 115-volt outlet. Let's get in. Well, the seats, of course, fold down. They recline to create more cargo space here. And you already saw that the headrests go down too. You have something to hold on to when you get in here. Now, when you sit here, more comfortable. The seats aren't uncomfortable. They're just 2 big speakers with lights here and in front. This whole thing is the roof that comes off, so this is open with no doors. You can take everything off. It makes it a total beast. Independent air conditioning vents. Here are also the buttons where you raise and lower all the car windows. I want you to look here. The hooks are gold. Does it have the towing package? Back here we have the camera, and there's a key to remove the wheel from here. You need that key. This is a full-size wheel. To open here, we do it here, and we can see the entire cargo space we have. This is where you store the roof covers. When you remove the roof covers, you store them back here. What does this say? What is it? I like this. I don't know what this is. Well, back here, let me show you this, because you have to see this. Here we have an air compressor for the tires, okay? In case you need it, there it is. We open here. When you're out in the field doing off-road, this turns into a small table. Here. There's a small Jeep inside because it's packed with what they call Easter eggs all over the place. Here you have all the details of the Jeep Rubicon 392. We close here again. There you have it. Inside here you have hooks, of course. There's a 12-volt connector in case you need somewhere to plug in. A gigantic speaker from the Alpine sound system that we have here. If we open here, this is the hose that reaches all the wheels of the car in case you need to add air. At the bottom is the jack. Everything can be disassembled, stored, moved, and reassembled, always staying in place. I'm going to turn up the sound a little bit. Let's go. It's incredible being in a beast like this. Now that things are changing in the United States, will they allow V8 engines again? There was a war over that, and everything hinged on November 5th in the United States. Can you imagine? And then they tell me that it depended on that for them to make V8S or not make V8S. Come on, please. What madness. What a marvel. And knowing that they're coming to pick up this car right now and they're going to find it so full of mud that they're going to hate me. But I'm not going, I don't care. Look at this. Woo, oh, oh, ha, ha. Woo, ha, ha. I don't care, so what now? Wow, how I miss these things, huh? It's not even worth riding this unless it's off-road. Let me see if I can get out here. When you accelerate hard like that, the seatbelt locks up really tight, huh? I'm gonna accelerate hard here. Wow. You can shift it with the paddles behind the steering wheel, okay? If you put it in manual mode, here the gear lever says 392 Rubicon on the top. Very nice. Here's the other lever. For if you need to put it in 4 high, 4 low, whatever, the lockers, the whole center is comfortable. I have good height. I like it this way. Wow, what a beauty. It can hit 120 amp. I took it up to 100 amp at an event. It's not the quietest car, but that doesn't matter if you'll drive it with the doors off. That's not a problem at all. Okay? That's absolutely no problem at all. Let's speed up. I'm keeping an eye out. Well, I'm not going to speed. I'm going 60, but I don't want, for my own happiness, to get a ticket, right? But I would like to, for you all to listen a lot, really, really, really a lot, to the sound of silence. It's going like this. Goodbye. Well, I'm not going to anymore. I'm not going to risk it that much because here, speeding is anything over 55 miles per hour. Look, you all... It's 392, it says there. Final edition. I really hope it's not the final edition, honestly. Now that things have changed, I hope they reopen and bring back the Challenger. They used to remove it. All the things they used to take, like the Hellcat. Come back now, the doors are open and there's freedom. Wouldn't that be great? All the buttons here have a pretty hard surface, so you can use them with gloves. Because this is a Jeep, this isn't a delicate car, nor is it a show-off car, a fancy one. The touch screen, the map, of course, I don't have it. I had only connected CarPlay with the cable. Because when I'm flying the drone, the wireless connection is a bit complicated. I always connect it with the cable when I plan to come and fly the drone a bit. Very, very, very high. I'm sitting here, which I like. A lot of visibility, because the good thing is the height it has below, so it doesn't crash into anything at all. You know what I mean? So you feel like you can climb walls with it without any problem. I love the Bronco, but this also has its place in my heart. I'm not going to lie to you, nothing. It says the door is open. Now the door is locked. I was saying, well, I have an open door. What's going on here? Wow. As much as I like electric Homas, this is a different creature, okay? You have to treat it as such. We have cup holders, a place here to put your phone. On the door we have some mesh pockets, and there are speakers up here. The Lexicon audio system also sounds powerful. Just imagine what it's like to have this with everything removed, with the whole roof open and everything taken off. It's a different kind too. A very different kind of experience. In here, oh, I got confused too. I said, wow, there's a gun here. Did someone leave a gun behind? No, this is for the front winch. I have the winch control here in the loft compartment. I use the drawer to store things. There's not much here, but what there is. It's what's necessary for this type of car, of course. Okay, just what's necessary, nothing more. Check out my stitching. On the steering wheel, they're gold, the same color as the 392 letters we have up there on the hood. The seats. Both sides have electronic controls. Here, there really isn't any lumbar support because you don't need that kind of comfort at all. Air conditioning vents, big round one over there at the end. In the center, they're here, below what would be the central screen. Here's a 12-volt connector. I mentioned the USB connectors already. Is the handbrake lever actually manual? Okay. It has such a force, so fast. It's powerful and explosive. Wow, how beautiful. Is there seat heating? Yes. It also has Alexa, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and navigation. Very good. Great. Well, I hope hope you all get the chance to ride in one, take it off-road, or just drive it like this on a highway, so you can see how powerful it is and feel the difference with it. It's a lot. Really, 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 really a lot. Honestly, yes. It's definitely a vehicle that's made and built for what they call adventure seekers. And I 100% agree with that. Thank you for subscribing. See you next time.